think I want to roll
So,
Okay, go right ahead, Michael.
so let's just start the session by saying that we start off very very, let's say, negative each character by basically saying our last wills to each other, making it a little bit more sad, and kind of
You didn't say your last wills to each other. You just like
we just made promises that seemed like we're gonna die or someone's gonna die.
It was very dire.
It was very dire, and let's just say we start off the session like that, but towards the middle, when the battle started, we were more, let's say, enthralled and pumped for this, I would say. And as the first battle went on, we took out a tower that blocked the path for our army to Akros, and then after that we were able to see to let's say attack in the fields in front of Akros, while many Acronians, Brotherhood members, Cetaceans, and many free people of this world fought to either defend or capture Akros away from the cult of Phoenix. And as well as Acronians over there, there was undead, there was um, let's say Heliod's warriors amongst them, and in the midst of this entire battle, Omiros found his brother, and through great convincing and cunning words, he was able to pierce the heart, the coldness that surrounded his heart, and open his eyes to the wrong he was doing, and he's changed sides. And then soon afterwards, Omiros' father was slain by the son of Heliod, as well as Constantine's brother Cyrus was slain by Heliod's son. And in response, Aurora and Constantine put their entire anger out upon the. Oh, sorry. But in their anger, they were able to destroy the Imperium and kill it for good. And as this is going on, the Acronians had their ace up their sleeve, the Colossus of Akros awoken and started charging into the battle. But due to due to uh, due to our strongest warrior, Omiros, he was able to befell the Colossus almost entirely by himself and destroyed it like a mad lad. And
Good times.
and after resting up, we decided to finally confront Father, and the battle didn't look like it was in our favor in the beginning, but near the end, Bessian used a wish spell to give us foresight, and we were able to defeat Father, and now Father lays dead, and lay we we stand victorious, but at the cost of Thessian's life, who sacrificed his life to save Iris, one of, and we are now in great mourning after what the battle has wrought and what we see afterwards. It is now our time to rebuild this world and to make it better. There you go.
Nice.
That's a good recap, and
Yeah.
I'll just try to summarize that a little bit more. You guys fought a lot, you guys killed a lot, you guys lost a lot, and in the end, you guys killed Father, but Daisy got killed by a kamikaze construct or object or artifact, I should say, and then Destiny decided to use his wish spell to bring her back at the cost of his life.
Can I just get inspiration for that soon, just in case?
Yes.
One shot.
But I don't know what you're gonna need it for, but yeah, so go for
Think
it.
of something.
Yeah, just
You'll
Quick,
roll for
quick.
whether or not we die during our 20 years.
Quick, while we're talking.
Oh,
just
thanks for
go
the
ahead and
idea.
Start building the map.
Oh god. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
I'm doomed us all!
I mean, I'm already dead, so.
It doesn't matter to me.
I'm gonna fall off another tower and
triple
just
dead.
I'm gonna like trip into the ocean and get eaten by a crack and I'll be like, "Stop, Thessian. Didn't go well."
Oh yeah. I also forgot to say that Father got curb stomped by Miros.
A little bit, yeah.
It was a group effort, but
Let's be
Yeah.
honest, it's mostly Miros. Constantine. Linhar was there and he did some good damage on him.
Just that we wouldn't have lost anyone if the freaking Colossus had stayed in the timeout bubble.
Yeah. I mean, we probably would have lost
mean, we
other
still
people
would've.
because Father was a very dangerous person with his
I mean,
prismatic
totally, but the one
sprays.
that nearly killed so many of us was the fact that the Colossus freaking exploding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh no, that's the servant. That's the servant. The Colossus was just
Oh,
like,
the Colossus.
the Colossus just crumbled down, and then anyone that was near it just got some stones in its face.
Anyone
was
near
mostly
it,
just-
120 feet is near it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
It's
big-
everyone.
Yeah, I mean, here on. I'll just
Not a
send a
wizard, I was
picture.
more like I'm about 300.
I'll send a picture of like how large this thing was, and you tell me that it does not have the fucking range of 120 feet when it's like collapsing on itself.
It was
Not
a
saying it's
huge
wrong.
size.
It's
Oh,
it has a
you were talking
range
about the
of
Colossus.
5
I thought
feet.
you were talking about
No.
the Hecatonkuri.
I know, Miros 1v1 that thing.
Yeah, Miros would be one.
It just has a range of 5 feet.
It has a range of screw you.
And a range of
I
that
also
firepower.
made. I also realized that giving anyone adamantine weapons is also a no-no.
Only if you plan to
No,
use
you can
You can do
constructs.
that, just don't.
Yeah,
No,
like,
I mean,
construct in front
it's
of them.
only bad
Yeah.
if it's like a major construct boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crit on
Also-
everything, it's fantastic.
And
It's
one more-
kind of like you just plan things, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Granted,
Well,
it's hard-
anyways,
It's hard to keep track of like 6 characters and what random magic items they have.
Yeah.
let's cut back to where we were. Aurora and is just as like at the entrance, just or right next to Thessian, and she's just is sitting there, emotionless, just staring off into like 1,000-yard stare.
She's sitting there, motionless.
Yeah, I mean, she just lost what is technically her half brother.
Yeah. I just kind of kneel down beside her and be like, "Don't worry about it, Lady Aurora. I know he's in a better place." Then I get up and I just walk.
Did you say Elena?
Aurora.
Okay. I thought you said Elena. I'm like, who the fuck's Elena?
What do you know? Zay, don't you remember Alana? She was like crucial
Yeah.
to this whole campaign.
Yeah.
Just not this one.
Yeah, but yeah, I said Aurora, and then I just kind of get up and let her mourn, because I don't want to say any other shit that might make her pissed off, and I just get up and I walk away and say, I kind of say to the others, I must get started on my business, and basically preparing the dead for burial.
Alright, give me a performance check.
For the next 7 years.
Yeah, really.
I'll just say I'm gonna take the advantage on this
Oh.
Come on, Erebos.
There's a lot of
Everyone's
bodies.
having
Like,
a bad day.
no, let me just. There's a lot of bodies to bury, so although you're like, it's kind of hard to give like the proper funeral arrangements because then you'll be there forever. So you're just like trying to get their bodies prepared for burial.
Yeah, I'll just say like I just make like a mass prayer for dead, the name of Erebos, because I should have done that in the original
Make
place.
a religion check then. Okay, it's a decent prayer.
Okay. Okay, and what the fuck? Come on, dice gods! It's the last one. Please just give me something.
Right. What are the rest of you guys doing? Thessin's body is still laying there, and so is Barbatus's body.
Am I the only one that might just be like, just screw him? Leave
Kinda with you on that.
But about what?
Barbatus.
Oh, I'll bury that just to make sure he doesn't come back.
Should we burn it in that case?
You know what? Cremation would be ensued. Maybe he won't come back.
Don't forget to take out take the assassin's body too.
The assassin was not there.
He's not there.
The assassin escaped.
Well, damn him.
What do you think I'll be doing for the next like 5-10 years?
Mm,
The princess's body is just gone.
Yeah.
No, it's still on the ground. It just
wait
looks
a
very.
minute.
I'm pretty sure
Broken?
it's obliterated.
It's like a
you know.
ragdoll. Yeah, no, it's just a ragdoll at this point. This.
How did it?
It looks like all the bones are gone. Yeah, I mean, you guys were able to. You guys were able to live that and not be
because we're-
incinerated.
14th level, we have
Through
health.
sheer health, we had like 120 health. She had like 20.
I survived sheerly on resistances. If I had
Yeah.
had resistances, I would have been dead like 3 times over.
Anyways,
I mean, if no one objects, I'm just gonna cast Fireball on Father's body.
so you're
Oh.
not
I make
looting
me
it.
feel better.
I think
I thought we already did that.
I think we should actually
No.
make like a.
I thought we did that last session.
I think we should
I just
actually
like
make
when
a-
you guys do it again, but just so it's just like a fresher recap.
Okay.
Oh, poor
I think
Ethan.
we should actually just make like a actual pyre to make sure this is like actual ceremony, so he doesn't come back.
My body.
you,
I
lo-
could almost hear his voice.
you lost control of your body, Ethan, when you didn't kill all of us.
We
I
should
told you show no mercy, Ethan.
Yeah. But,
Alright, fine, slightly lower staff.
yeah, we'll at least like have some ceremony to it, just so Erebos has a definite grip on his soul.
You know what, that does sound reasonable, okay.
Yeah.
But you failed.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. I like the part where I was like, I'll just use my feet, and then he just mocked my voice. I was like, yeah, that's. And,
You're a very good bad guy.
yeah, you were really fun.
We definitely wanted you dead, and I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Alright, well. So, you guys
mean, you
are
almost
just
killed
gonna be
Iris, like,
burning
twice.
Barbatus's body then?
I guess.
We're doing it ceremonies just so he doesn't come back
Ceremoniously, but also thoroughly and emphatically.
Yeah. early. And
Emphatically.
Emphatically.
Okay, I mean, yeah. So, I just want to make sure. Are you sure you want to burn the body?
Well, after we have taken all of the dangerous magical items off of it,
yeah,
then
Alright.
we'll burn the body.
yeah.
Give me
So
an
that you don't
investigation
hold
check then,
Yes.
Miros.
Then we get like a built.
Oh, I'm the good investigation person now. That makes He said,
Wait.
Oh
Can
no.
Can I
Oh,
help you?
I
Can I
got
help
it.
I
you?
already got advantage from
Okay.
foresight.
Oh, right, we do still have foresight.
Yeah, it lasts like 8 hours.
Oh my goodness.
I could have put the. I
Yeah.
could've made that legend.
So on Father, there is a longbow, a rapier, not the magical one, a +3 plate armor, a bow of storm giant strength, and some half plate.
Just random.
Oh wait, and also bagpipes, a pan flute, and drums.
Is he planning to start a particularly evil band?
Well, I believe he was part
He's a bard.
bard.
I know.
So, +3 plate armor.
You can't
Actually, I
wear
would-
it, Constantine,
Why not?
because
You're
you're
not
already
preparing
made out of
bodies.
metal.
No,
So,
just put metal on top of the metal. It's been done.
The more
Yeah.
important
How
thing
would
is
you-
that it doesn't do anything for you, Constantine.
yeah, it doesn't. So, here you go, Leonard. Actually, no, I don't know if
Has
Iris.
it, I believe.
I don't know if Iris can wear this. You know,
She
I
can.
think she's very frail.
What did you? No, I'm just kidding.
I believe he said you're frail.
I don't know if I want to take anything. Like I don't want any of his stuff.
Yeah, I
So you
wasn't
don't-
There's also the-
necessarily
on there-
thinking that it's a wise idea to use these things, just purely because of the stigma of their previous owner.
There is also two other things I forgot to mention. A key, and the note that we mentioned before about Father talking about Alexios and how he's the best epoch for Fenex, and how if he dies, just go to the safe location and try to complete the ritual by gathering the materials.
In that case, I would like to cast Locate Object.
On what?
I don't know, the daggers.
They're
We did get stabbed by them several times.
I
Yeah.
do be fairly familiar with.
But they also broke after use. They're like glass daggers he was throwing at you that broke on impact.
Oh,
Wow. Well, no fun.
Okay.
But his belt. or
I
shoes
described this
that
the
I've
first
seen.
time you guys ran into him.
well, yeah,
what
but that was
about-
a
what about
long
the
time
shoes?
ago.
Yeah, that was like
That was a
month
while.
ago, at least.
Okay, but what about the shoes he was wearing?
That would be a disadvantage, and it would be hard to do. I'm just gonna say that.
Wait,
Like it would be
wait.
hard to
If you got foresight, may as
Yeah,
well.
foresight. So it is.
Shut up, Ethan.
Shut up, you're dead.
There you go.
You're not allowed to speak or exist.
Well, it says familiar to you. You're not really familiar with his shoes, considering the fact
I've
that he's
seen
been
his shoes.
up in the rafters.
I've seen those ugly ass boots anywhere.
Seen them once,
Twice.
and that's when you guys
How
curse
we've
up
fought
them.
this is
Twice.
one person. We've seen them multiple times.
Twice.
Yeah, you've seen it twice. That doesn't mean you're familiar with them. All right, if you're familiar with them, what size shoe is it?
Alright, it's probably 5.5 because of how small
No,
he is.
what the?
The dude wasn't a midget.
No.
He's,
Yeah,
just,
we're-
he's a tall man with the world's smallest feet.
He just falls over.
oh man.
Like, fucking, I'm
Then you're taking 24 damage for this stupid joke.
I swear, you kill us with pun damage.
We will not accept this new reality.
We will not.
It's more just like the fact that when Linhard was by the body, you guys were just throwing the stuff out off of Father, and then one of the things inside, like one of the rapiers he had, just kind of landed on his hoof and just stabbed him a little bit.
Oh, I was
Wait.
hoping you were gonna say we hit him with a boot.
Comedic justice.
Alright, in turn, I just
Either way, we should probably try to figure out what the heck that key goes to.
There you go.
Yeah.
I healed myself.
See, I was about to ask the question of, if I'm already dead, can I take puns without damage? But then I realized I would never make
Yeah.
puns.
You've made puns. How dare you.
plenty
I
of
have made puns like every 5 sessions.
Sure.
If that.
I don't think that is a purely accurate statement.
I concur.
Well,
Really? With how much I hate puns?
Love-hate relationship.
How many puns do you think I have made?
I don't remember,
At
man.
least
I barely remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
In how long?
well, that wasn't a part of the question.
Second question. How long ago were those 5 puns?
I plead the fifth.
Okay, well, if Eros is arguing with the dead man about puns, can I look for whatever the heck the key goes to?
Uh,
I'm just burying bodies at this moment. Like I'm just.
Yep.
It's kind
I will go along with Kaya.
Not bad.
and Constantine's like arms are gonna be all sore by next morning. Trying
does
to
he
bury
even
that.
know the concept of sore? You're a robot.
Can you even feel pain?
Yes.
Okay.
That
We had
hurt.
an entire conversation last time about whether or not I have a soul, so I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, that hurt me kind of. That you don't know. That you don't think I can feel pain.
I'm sorry, I just didn't know. I don't know that much about Epilogue. I've never seen really anyone other than you and the guy who got eaten by a snake.
I think he got shot to death.
I don't
No,
know, there were
he's-
snakes involved.
He was stabbed.
No, he was stabbed.
Close enough.
By
He
an
died
undead.
through unfortunate means.
He was stabbed by an undead fish. Omniro says, sitting down on the ground next to a warrior.
Constantine looks at him like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. You told me that there was another asshole."
Yeah. He died of unnatural causes. Now, let's go.
Okay, that works.
But with that investigation, after a while, you notice that in this, like, down here toward this area, there's a vault.
Where?
Yeah.
Thank you. There's a vault?
Yes.
Well, look who it is, that assassin right over there.
Kill him!
Yeah.
He's not there. I'm just too lazy to.
Who's moving? Kill him!
Oh, oopsies.
Get giant fly swatter.
I don't think Zane can handle us right now.
Sorry,
dude.
Zane. Not sorry, Zane.
You're taking 15 damage.
Me?
Yes.
Wait, I'm unconscious again?
It's like as you're going by, it's like a piece of stone that was like on the rafters, just whonk.
Cure wounds on her.
Oh,
These
God.
people.
Five.
We never learn.
Gonna kill
You
him.
get 5 hit
It's the
points.
last
now.
session.
Here, wait, let me see what I have left.
Guys, today's really not our day.
That's why I just went outside to bury bodies. So I don't make stupid puns like you guys.
Here, I'll give you, just in case you make another pun, I'll give you cure wounds again.
I'll try and that wasn't even a pun. This is a really shitty joke.
Alright. In the vault, you find 32,000 platinum pieces, 43,000 gold pieces, and
Did you guys just loot the Akros
Hey.
treasury?
We're literally a vault.
Technically, yeah. Well, it's in the center of the whole fort of Akros, and also a potion of supreme healing.
Well, I'm taking the potion.
Everyone just takes a swig of it, just a little bit.
Everyone
Yeah.
gather around, gather around.
Gather on ground, we separate evenly in 5 pieces, and then we just split them between the rest of us.
Hey.
Alright, well, are you guys gonna be taking the Akros treasury?
No.
No. Stupid.
You're not
We're not-
there. It's only these 3. It's Linhart, Daisy, or Iris, and
Okay, but I have the ability to stop them if they come out of a destroyed government building carrying massive piles of gold.
Theros a combat
Oh yeah.
style goal.
Oh yeah, you guys don't even have a bag of holding anymore.
No, we don't.
No. I still have all that gold in my forehead.
Uh,
No, you don't, because you spent it all.
Yeah, you spent it
Yeah.
all.
We have
Did we
like
spend it all?
9 gold left.
Because I don't
remember-
really think, like, right, we spent it on siege weapons, didn't we?
Yeah.
We
Remember,
spent a freaking
remember,
lot
like
of it.
first roast was like shaking for about an hour and a half, just getting all the money out.
Yeah. I like how we have precisely 1 silver piece. It's just so specific. We got a lot of stuff in here.
Oh wait, and a lot of copper pieces.
Oh yeah, a lot of copper pieces.
Yeah, we do have a lot of copper pieces, but just the 1 silver piece. I just thought that was funny.
No, that's fine.
But no, we are not looting the treasury.
Okay. Alright. So
We should
are you
probably
guys taking
keep an eye on it.
are you guys gonna be taking Thessian's body out of Akros then? With
Yes.
right? Who's carrying him?
Not me, I would drop him.
I just want imagine just like you pick him up, you're like, oops, and he just like lets off from under.
I feel like it would be
No, I am
nice.
avoiding that.
I feel like his sister should, just because, you know.
I don't think she's
You
in
want-
the mood to do so.
All right, fine. I will do it then.
Wait, Omiro, how you have full health?
Because I regenerate on average,
Every 6 seconds. Oh yeah,
yeah,
because your artifact.
4.5.
Yeah, just
Basically, if throughout this campaign after I unlock that, if I didn't start a combat at full health, there was something wrong.
We ended a combat and like 20 seconds later we got into another combat.
yeah, maybe.
Which, yeah, that's happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll take his body out and let's say
Wait, aren't you already burying bodies? Or-
I'm burying bodies, but I don't know who else can take it out because I feel like everyone else is more
There's
competent at this.
There's Linhart, Omiros, Daisy, or Iris and Kaya.
I mean, if you're not gonna require a strength check, I'll do it. But
I was gonna require a strength check.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do it, because I thought I would drop him.
why I can't do it because I have an 8.
Okay, I've actually
Linhart,
not by much, but I've gotten an 11.
Yes, yes.
Linhart.
Thank you if we establish this, like, probably at the
I mean,
beginning of our-
I'm not that heavy.
yeah,
I don't want to drop the dead body of my friend. Jeez.
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you seen how much you drank?
What?
Pretty heavy. You got that beer belly on you.
Yeah. The scrawny guy with a beer belly.
Alright, with our powers combined, we should be able to do this.
No, we got you guys got Linhart. He's pretty strong.
If all else fails, I'll cast Levitate. I'm caught up right now.
Oh boy.
Alright, Linhart, I'm guessing they're gonna make you do it, so give me a strength check.
Please.
Remember,
Just in case.
we still have advantage.
Yeah,
Even if you
okay.
didn't
You don't-
roll.
It's not that high of a DC, you just have to get a 10 or higher. Because it is
21.
lifeless. Pick the lifeless body of your friend up. Are you carrying it in your arms, or are you just straddling it on your back? A horse half.
Mm,
There is a
probably
quick
be carrying them.
There really is.
What did you say, Evan?
I'll carry the guy in my arms.
Oh.
Okay.
He doesn't deserve the horse half. He's too high and mighty.
Thanks.
Okay. But as you guys are leaving, you do notice this is like the end of your journey. You just start looking back at all the carnage. You can just see the bodies that have been stacked up and are just trying to be are starting to be buried.
You can stop now.
This is not making me
People-
comfortable how close I was to being one of those bodies.
A few of you were close, but you do notice the Acronian soldiers, after seeing what happened to what is technically their capital building, get blown up into smithereens. They are helping bring in their dead troops. The returned are just left there at the moment, while many of the Cetesians take care of their. Any of the people take care of their own. So the Brotherhood are grabbing Brotherhood, Cetesians grabbing Cetesians, Acronians are grabbing Acronians.
And
Would you guys wish to help bury the bodies, or just help find people to bury?
can
Hell
I
no.
can I go to Cyrus's body and just be like, we did well, brother, and give him the proper funeral arrangement?
Give me a performance check with advantage.
I don't know.
It's an adequate funeral. Just after burying so many, you're just feeling a little tired or exhausted, as much as an Avalorot can feel exhausted, but you're still able to give him a very adequate burial.
Burial. And
Amiris, are you helping burying the bodies too, or just helping move them?
I don't have much use. So.
I can't hear you, Josh. You're a little too quiet.
Yep, gotta move the mic. I'm not really much help, and Omiros is basically kind of in shock. He's just kind of walking around aimlessly.
As you walk around aimlessly, you're back into a familiar area. After seeing the remains of a destroyed Colossus, you find your father's body, and Parmenides sitting next to him.
Just wordlessly, Omiros goes down, kneels next to Parmenides, and just stays there.
Okay. The rest of you, while Amiros sits there silently mourning the loss of his father and can be assumed to be his best friend. You can hear people screaming for the loss of their sons, their fathers, people who've died in this battle, and are now just finding them at the end. Some are crying tears of joy to see that they have some family remaining, and others are like Omiros, either crying or staring motionless. And after about maybe a day of gathering the remains of many people, getting carts to load the bodies and bring them back home, you guys are finally able to leave Akros. Where would you guys like to go?
I like to do one thing, Zane, while you're up in your north, is that I go into who would be in charge of Akros. Or
It's kind of scattered right now. It seems like most of the Cetesians and some Lathians are staying behind to kind of enforce martial law at the moment.
I as well go to Ambrose and I say, My dear friend, you are one of the wisest of Erebos. I leave here you and and a third of our forces that still live. I pray that you bring that you help bring back order and peace to this land. And I do pray that you send. No, I do request and as champion of Erebos that you send some of our brethren to with some supplies that we have, and I shall also send some more supplies uh, to go to the Minotaurs. Many of them I heard were enslaved and maltreated. I don't want another culture destroyed by this cult.
He nods and just starts gathering people to make the arrangements.
I should not back and say, in the name of Erebos, we change our order from what the people see to now order priest bringers in the name of the Lord Erebos.
He gives the proper respect to you and continues on with doing his job. Is there anything place you guys want to go specifically right now?
I just kind of I kind of honestly I kind of just want to talk to many of the leaders and heads of the little like Miletus and Satassa, just so I can ask if I can keep some, not keep, but have outposts and building.
Many of them are busy at this moment. And the
Okay.
Cetesians have already left, and the only Miletian leader that was there was Omir.
Yeah.
Many of the other philosophers that were on the council are
And
definitely not fighters and are very old and could not fight.
I if
I would like to use teleportation circle to, well, go home to Miletus and bury my father and mourn with my brother and mother and siblings.
So, are you bringing anyone else with you, or is it just gonna be you, Parmenides, and your father's body that you're teleporting?
If anyone is wanting to go with, they're free to do so, but I'm not.
I shall go just to make sure everything is in order, just so your father can rest in peace fully.
Kai, you're going then, and so how many people can you teleport with teleportation circle?
As many people as can walk through a 5-foot area in one round.
Okay.
So it's basically, I think the number is like 300 at most.
Okay. Are you gonna advertise this to any other Miletians that are like maybe injured or?
I'll work with whatever groups that there are to teleport as many. So I can do it 3 times, 4 times actually. So I'll do it and basically try and help get the critically injured back to Miletus as quickly as possible. And then
Okay.
I'll save the last casting for just me, my friends, and my family.
Okay. Yeah, so you use the first 2 teleportation circles and you get 600 of the Acrinian soldiers that were injured being carried by others and or dead and being carried back into through the teleportation circle, and you still have the third one remaining. after you activate the third one. You guys get in along with the last remaining 175 soldiers from Molottis. And on your eyes.
Then we do that.
So you're not breaking the news to your mom.
Well, no, I want to, but me as a player is respectfully asking that we not because
Okay.
emotionally I don't want to go through that right now.
Okay. But
We're going over
just a lot of trees start to dissipate and break up and go.
Okay.
It was devastating for your mom to hear, but she understood the risks of any family member going to war, and you guys prepare the burial or the funeral arrangements. And it is one of the most beautiful funerals held in Molottis. Many of the council came and put wreaths and their own pieces of wood into the funeral just for your father, to show you their respect for him. And as the sun sets and it turns to night, the body is lit ablaze. And if you look around, you can also see a few other pyres lit across Molottis as well, to bury the dead and honor what they've done. I'll say the next day goes on, and what are the rest of you guys doing?
All right. Just that was just beautiful, and basically, I guess I know everyone else is muted besides Danielle, and I don't want to start invoking them when possibly some emotions are, you know, emotions are shed. So I shall. Constantine says, "Why, thank you, my friends. I I would love to journey. I will. I am bless Destine's body. So once you bury it, his soul is already in rest. I must go and consult my power, and also rework the order of Erebus, the orders, the Brotherhood. I must rework them. As a new age dawns upon us, my friends, I shall be gone for a little while, but I shall return to these great cities. I shall return.
keep
Wait,
going.
what? No, and I just say I shall return, and and by this time I shall bring the Brotherhood shall no longer be sought out as fanatics or just mindless killers, but we are to be protectors of the peace from the shadows. Um, and then he just goes over to he just gives everyone a hug, says, "I shall see you guys in a little while," and he goes over to Kai and says, "As as I as as my lord wills it, I shall be rebuilding the Atlantic and build a great monument there to honor both the den that were mindlessly slaughtered by Phoenix." And then he goes over to Iris, and then Iris says, "Well, my friends, you two like battle. I shall be doing great battle against the return within within a year. I do pray that you come with me." I'm saying this to everyone, but if you do not wish to, then I'm not forcing you. And then he goes over to Amiris and says, "My dear friend, I do thank you and your family for what you have done. You have sacrificed so much just for this evil cult to be destroyed. I ask one thing of you, Amiros, is may I, with your permission, keep some of my people on Evermeria, and then Evermeria, just to keep an eye on your family. I'm assuming that you guys are you might move there or live there. I do respectfully ask if I can keep some just to make sure that you are safe. I might not always be there to protect you."
So basically, during the past few days, Omiros has almost said absolutely nothing to anyone. But during this, after you kind of approach him and ask this, he just kind of looks at you and says, "So you're not going to bury Thessian with us?"
You have convinced me.
That was hard.
Because it's just like there's a lot of like emotional.
Wow.
behind it.
Took
I just
forever to choose.
there's like the emotional slap from Weird.
Just like, so you're not gonna bury Thessian with us.
Yeah.
Well, now I am.
Yeah, it's just I kind of go over to him and say, "I shall help you with this, but I do we do have a lot of business too. We should make case to Evermeria, just so we can not get this over with, but we can honor our friend's body before it starts, decaying."
Omiros just kind of nods and begins preparations for casting teleportation circle back to Evamere.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say
Way too many feelings tonight, and I'm not approving of this.
I should say that you also see Malaeus and some of the remaining surviving crew members, along with Hector. And you do notice Malaeus is missing a leg.
Oh.
Hmm.
Mm.
You're a real son of
Yeah.
a.
Fun little bitch.
But you do notice him and Hector are just standing next to each other and just like, with your permissions, we would like to ask if we can join our crews together and work on the same ship with you all.
We will be honored. Well, I'll be honored. I know what Raciel.
Kind of nodding.
Eros. Linhan. Iris.
Do as you will.
Iris.
They give a bow, and before you guys leave for doing the teleportation circle, your mother does come up to you along with Parmenides.
God.
And they say the council wishes for you all to meet in the town square.
We're about to teleport home to bury our dead friend, and they want a meeting.
You know
It's
what?
not a meeting, it's to honor you all.
Alright.
It can wait.
I'll tell them that.
As he continues to draw the circle.
Yeah.
And after the 10 minutes you took, I believe it's 10 minutes for the teleportation circle.
That is correct.
The teleporter activates, and one by one you all step through, first starting with Lenhart, followed by Constantine, Iris, Kaya, and then before you step in, your mother and your brother wave goodbye to you.
just kind of half-heartedly waves back at them.
And as you enter, the portal closes behind you.
You just
And are you guys going
just had to get a couple more gut punches in, didn't you?
Yeah.
It wasn't enough to have the reading of the will and then all that. You just had to keep going.
Yeah, you're trying to.
God, Georgia,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
What did we do to
What are you
you?
talking about?
You
What are
couldn't
you talking
You
about?
No
couldn't
one
kill
buys
more of us.
that.
You're gonna milk this one as much as you can.
You didn't die, but we're gonna
I
make you
have
wish
no
you
idea what you
died.
mean.
Zane.
Yes.
Zane.
Yes.
You're a bastard.
You can stop pulling your crap now.
Yeah.
I'm not done yet.
You get it. You've made us all sad, okay?
No.
Happy
Yeah.
now.
Did you forget who's on Epimeria?
I hate you. I hate
No,
you so much.
that is
I
precisely
hate you.
precisely why we're going back.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I still hate you.
And Zane, prepare for min-max. My min-max character. Time to pour every ounce of knowledge I
Every
have.
Infurian character needs to be as absolutely broken as possible and retribution.
Oh, I'm also the DM. Please don't.
Yeah.
Well, tone
'cause
it down
then-
when you're DMing.
We'll just be like, uh-oh.
Josh, I feel like I should. Can we just have like the another level for each one, just like in case they do this, just like in case of bastards use this monster.
Oh, I've got it. It's adaptable.
Okay. Is there like a
If you
deadly
have to DM
one?
too much, it's
You
the
know,
snail
like
level.
one that's like super deadly, just in case.
Yeah, there's a deadly level for each floor.
Okay, good to know.
Oh boy.
Just,
Good
It's
to
just a
know.
bunch
Just
of-
like have that. Just
Fine,
looming
but if you
death card
TPK
above
us,
you
remember,
all.
you started this war.
yeah.
That would be an interesting campaign where it's just legit, just the players trying their very hardest to just piss off the DM.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill us.
They wouldn't even get past level 1 then.
I mean, yeah,
And just
probably
go-
not, but it would be.
I would just be at that
Or,
point. I'd
like-
just be like, all right. At that point, I would just be like, on the first floor, there's a black dragon. Good luck.
We go, nope.
Within reason, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Like you
or-
have Steven Crabtree Dragon where he opens the door, there's a dragon, you just close the door. It's that. You know what I'm
Alright,
dealing
well-
with today? No, fucking this.
Hold on, I believe you. There's only two. Gail, I just want to ask this. You drew two teleportations, one in the villa and then another in the actual city itself, correct?
No, one on the ship and one in
Oh, one.
Aurora's house.
Okay. So which one are you teleporting into the actual city or into the villa?
Well, there isn't one in the city right now, so we have to go to the
Simple
villa.
enough. We gotta go
Okay.
to Aurora's house.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he drew the teleportation circle. Because he's a warlock and they can do that.
Well, I drew the teleportation circle, but I can only go to one that already exists, and the only one that already exists is in the villa.
Aurora's house.
And I'm guessing he gave the orders for Malaeus and Hector to start heading to Evermeria then? Or are you having them chill in
Give them
Miletus?
orders to go take a long vacation.
Let's. I think they should stay in Miletus. Just trying to, have a nice drink.
Okay.
Rest, cover.
Recover, yeah.
You guys teleport in the villa, and Andrea and Aurora with you, of course. They teleport with you, and you see Aurora just start to walk off into what seems to be her old bedroom. And Andrea's following close behind.
I just go over to Amaris and say, should I go get Destian's mother and bring her to the burial?
Yeah.
As I kind of just bow and I say, it will be done. As I just fly off to go find Destian's mother.
I'm gonna.
My question is, how...
I'm gonna start preparing Thessian.
How what?
What?
just trying-
Zane?
I'm just trying to think, how would she react to this?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say not well.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that, but like, most...
Well, there's a couple of things that, there's a couple of different reactions. There's uh, suicidal. That's
Which,
often.
which is I'm trying not. We're trying not to go down.
There's depression.
Anger. There's a few ways I can usually do this. Okay. Roll me an investigation check, Constantine.
All right.
Trying to find her.
Let's see.
After a while, you do find her, and there's a lot of people just like going up and asking you, like, "Were you successful? Where's my son? Where's my brother? Where's my father?"
I kind of say, let's say before I meet, like go down, I kind of fly up and I say, people of Evermeria, we were successful on taking down the cult effects, and we were successful on saving Arcos from their evil deeds. We were successful, but at a cost. We shall, your sons and fathers' bodies shall be brought back. If many of them lived, many of them died. I'm sad to say this, but that is the cost of war. And know that they do live on, all as heroes. I say that as kind of a blank statement to everyone.
A lot of them don't seem to be happy, especially for just like the note it coming from you, and they're just like ask. You can hear like some of them saying, "How come this thing gets to live while we lose flesh and blood?" And you can just not a lot of people are happy, and some are crying because they have no idea who lived and who died.
Yes. I shall.
And you also see in the crowd Bessin's mother.
I kind of go up to her and say, uh, you're. I kind of put my hand on her shoulder and say, your son was the one the bravest of them all. And I say in her ear, we are planning to bury his body. If you would like to come and send him off one last time.
She just stops after you say bury. She's just. You can see the tears starting to form underneath her eyes, and she just starts to fall. Falls to the ground and is just crying.
Yes. Can I? All right, Zane. I think this. I got an idea that might try to suit a little weird. I kind of pray to Eros and I say, Lord Erebos, may I speak? May I speak to my friend Destin one last time, just so I can, through me, can his words project to his mother, just so she has.
There is a person who's. I'm just gonna say this. There's a person who's made to do that. His letter starts with an I, ends with Iris.
Yeah, but she's
I
not
think
here.
so.
She's not here.
Roll me a religion check with disadvantage. Because he is quite busy at the moment.
Ah.
You feel like he was able to hear you, but he's too busy at the moment.
Okay. I just kind of stand there and say, don't. Give me give me 1 second. I really was expecting this, so just player me. I'm just give me a second, cause I say, man, I think it would be. I think your son would appreciate if you were to come see him off one last time.
She just starts to walk off in the direction of the villa, but she's not talking to you.
I I don't. I fly a little behind her to make sure she doesn't do anything rash. Like, just end it all type of deal.
Okay. Doesn't seem like that. It just seems he's just walking there.
Okay. Okay. And I just kind of keep following until we get back to the villa.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Preparing Dustin's body for. I don't know if he would want burial or cremation.
Did he say in his will?
Nope.
Would have been real important. Real good. Put in there.
Yeah.
You worthless piece of garbage.
I mean, you do see Aurora come back out, and she just opens a door that leads further in, and going down some stairs, you do notice that there's a place with statues of fallen heroes and their graves right underneath them. And she says, if you want, you can bury him here, but whatever way you do it, it doesn't matter. And then she just starts to walk off. And you can tell she's no longer in her outfit anymore. She's just her closest thing to like a nightgown in mourning. She just walks off again and goes into her room.
Fuck you, Zane.
Mm.
I did nothing wrong.
Why?
Sure.
Very malevolent sky deity you are.
I'm just kind of waiting for me and Destiny's mom to get back.
Yeah, I think that's what we're on. We're
Yeah.
mostly waiting for too.
Yeah.
Shut up, father.
It's not that far away, right? It's only like what, 8 or 9 hours.
Yeah, 8 or 9 hours.
Oh no, from here from New Mexico to Idaho, it's about a 14-hour drive.
It's only 14 hours.
Oh, Ethan didn't say that. Oh, 30 minutes? Why
Oh.
don't I?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh yeah, Zane, give us his address.
Fuck our keys, let's do this.
We'll just try to guess his room and throw stones at the window. See if it breaks.
Let's go around and knock until someone tells us.
Ancient things.
You know where Zane is, we need a breathing.
Yeah.
Well, how are you guys gonna bury or honor your friend, and what kind of funeral would you do?
Damn it, Bussy, I didn't kill us.
Wait, don't we supposedly have one of those, you know, vision seers or I don't want to call
You're
her.
not there. You're not there. It's not metagaming.
Sorry. Well, I don't know if they're not yet. She's not back yet. Okay.
Oh, maybe
Not
here.
muted. Okay, you're here. You're here. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would contacting Thessian be something you'd be able to do and ask him
I
what he would want and maybe let him talk to his mother one last time?
I
Aurora?
can most certainly try.
That's all we could ever do.
Would I have to roll the D100?
For your oracle,
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
I should realize that does.
Let me see if there's like some kind of something I can use to like. I think I
And what's the number you have to succeed on? Is it like
I think it was I have to roll my level or lower, so like 14 or lower.
Oh, you're
Oh, I
using
think
divine
that's
intervention.
that's your divine intervention. That's
So
Oh, okay.
there is a spell called Speak with Dead, but we'd have to wait a while, because I'm almost certain that Daisy doesn't have that prepared.
I do not have that prepared.
it's just a day. I mean, you guys could. You mean you had technically like 2 days. So she could have prepared it during that time if she wanted to.
I after thinking about it, I think I would like to.
After the
Oh, wait,
prompting.
what does commune do? Because you are technically at Piety 25, so you do have has commune ability as a ritual.
Commune talks with the deity.
Okay. Well, I tried to help, but yeah, if you want, you can do Speak with Dead.
Okay, I would like to do that.
I mean, it might be slightly creepy, but you know.
Wait, her tattoo also allows her to raise the dead technically for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
No.
Do not make zombie Thessian.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I mean, that's basically what we're doing. That's basically what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I know it's very uncomfy, but you know we
So-
need answers.
Basically, Speak with Dead, we get to ask Thessian 5 questions, and his body responds.
That's not gonna go well.
Maybe we
He's
should
not doing it while his mother is here.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
doing it before she gets here.
Yeah.
Let's just not mention it.
So,
Anyone else told us beforehand?
see, you see Iris's eyes start to glow into this kind of goldish, like her eyes become like gold with stars as she starts to cast her spell, and the body of Thessian rises out of Linhardt's grist, lays in its head, and you have 5 questions to ask it.
Anyone?
I don't know if I'm able to, considering that it's like.
Given the way
I am-
this
okay.
Yeah.
Just, there's only really one question that I think we're really using this for. It's just, how do you want to be
Yeah.
honored in death?
Buried.
Alright. So, for the next... So I do remember how the traditional Greek burial is that they had a family tomb. So,
Yeah, you're technically in one.
yeah, but it's not his family.
It is. It's Aurora's.
is.
It's Aurora's friends, though, so it feels weird.
She specifically said that you can bury me there if you want.
Yeah, but it's a matter of whether we should.
Well,
It's
the
okay
other
with
option
her, it's
is
okay with Thessian.
Yeah.
the other option is at the Temple of Krufix. That's like a day's travel out.
Or I could cast Stone Shape and hollow out a tomb for the Galanis family on Epimaria. Near.
But do you really want to spend that time and not just bury it here? Because technically, this is the family home now.
I guess.
Aurora did
And
leave it
the-
to Thessian.
And
Good.
let's
It's my house now.
Well,
be
she would have left it to you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah,
it's-
yeah. Let's bury him here.
Yeah, it's weird, but you know he's a demigod. It's hard to track one side of family.
Keep in mind, you have 4 questions. If you have anything else you want to say to him, any final words, anything you want to ask, he can probably get something.
I'm done crying for today.
Yeah, it's not really Thessian, it's his reanimated corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My soul is still in Nyx.
Yeah.
But it still knows everything he knew. So, like,
Yeah.
it has your attachments, the bonds you all made. If you want him to say something,
I mean,
I'm
you're
not
being
sure how that
real
works.
Creepy.
They
I don't like it.
Yeah, Zane, you're kind of you're
No, he left us his final words and his will and all that stuff. I don't think we need to play around with the reanimated corpse anymore.
okay. I was just checking because, like, I know like some people wish to ask like questions to their loved ones, is like, how are you, or just like I miss you, stuff like that. Just like have like final
Well,
words.
if it had
You know?
actual Thessian soul in it, that would probably be different, but it's not, so it's uncomfy.
Well, and plenty of people want to, but is it good to?
yeah. It is. They might just give more questions, and why not feel right to do it?
We're not gonna get any amount of closure from asking him questions. We already have whatever semblance of closure we have.
Yeah, and I really don't want to be on Erebos' bad side now. Just saying, y'all, but you know.
Honestly, at this
Don't be a
point,
dumb guy, I'm sorry.
I'm not planning on doing anything, but Constantine, screw Erebos. I don't care. I don't care about him right now. I don't.
And it's fine. It's just I'm just saying, don't play with the dead. Just
No, I agree. Let's let Thessian rest.
Why we're not asking questions.
Yeah.
So, Daisy, are you getting rid of the spell then?
Yes.
And as it goes away, you see Vestin's head slowly fall back down.
I was going to type flop, but then my brain immediately went, no, don't do that.
We hear Thessian's disembodied voice go flop. Screams and runs out of the room.
Okay. But there is a grave on or there is a tomb that you can put him in if you wish. You can do it now or just wait for Thessian's mom to get there.
I feel like we should probably wait.
I mean, like,
No,
you can
duh.
put the body in, but
Yeah, obviously. But no, I don't know.
'Cause
That
this-
seems like she should be here for if she wants, you know?
Typically, family wants to be there when you lower a body into its grave, so I assume the same principle probably stands right now.
Mm-hmm.
So about another 5 minutes pass, and you hear the flapping of wings as Constantine lands in the atrium, and still walking aimlessly is Thessian's mother.
And I, because Omir's not speaking, I just kind of point her in the direction of the tomb.
Do you know where it is?
Like, that's why I was
think
hoping
he
Omir
does.
would say something. That's why I was hoping Omir would say something.
Okay, I'll go back out up to the atrium.
Omiris is broken.
see-
404 not found.
He's
You
down
see-
this way, Mescalanus.
She just starts to walk down. Not saying anything.
I didn't really expect her to.
And as she descends, she sees her son's body, and the tears have dried. She can't shed any more tears. They're dry. Her tear ducts are dry, and she just walks up and just stares. and then grabs Thessian's hand and holds it between both hers. And says, I wish you could have come home to me, not like this. And you just see her take a gulp and just ask, how specifically did he die?
No.
Someone's got to say something.
I just say he used powerful magic to save more lives than I could ever, we all could ever. He used.
How many lives did he save with this magic?
He saved, I would say, at least 30,000.
Make a deception check.
I'm
It's
saying
not
this
deception.
because I'm saying this because the power of the wish was drained drained his life force to take the Minotaurs.
It's not deception.
Well, it's more just like she's asking at the last moment and stuff like that. Like, why? How did he die?
Iris, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Are you saying this in character?
No, I'm not.
Then stop metagaming. Let Daisy speak if she wants to.
Sorry.
We can't glare daggers at her, so we can't. We need to replace that with something.
Daisy, if you wish to say something, you can.
Iris will start to say something and then not say something.
She looks at you and says, what is it? If you have something to say it now.
Thessian died, bringing Iris back to life.
You see her just sitting there silently for right now. Just you can see her holding back her anger. But she just glares at Iris and says, I hope you are worth it. I've lost both my children while you live. And then just looks at Lenhart and signals him to just start to lower Thessian's body into the tomb.
Oh, I laugh because it hurts.
After Lenhart puts Thessian's body in there, I should ask, did you remove the robes of Crewfix?
Shoot, who did he entrust the taking back to the temple?
It was in general. I was gonna ask earlier, but I just didn't.
Basically
think
just said somebody do it.
I think
Also,
Kai called dibs.
Yeah. Let Kai do it.
Oh, I didn't.
No? Wait, then who was the one who said that they wanted to do it?
I'll
I
take
forgot.
it. I'll
Well,
take
I
it.
don't know if Heroes did, but I don't remember. It was
I
very
do,
long time, I don't remember much.
Before, yeah, before we lower him in, I will remove the robes of Crewfix. and then take the repercussions from his mother.
So now you rob him of his clothes.
Now I grant him his final wish.
She just looks at you and like, how am I supposed to know that?
I show her the paper.
Yeah, hand her the fucking will.
Yeah.
She reads it and then she just nods her head and then. Who's closing the coffin?
I think we all should.
Yeah. Group effort.
After you close it, you hear the sounds of gears moving as the tomb moves vertically and then slowly descends into the ground. After it reaches the ground level, where the top of it is now even with the ground, the stone starts to envelop it, and rising from it is a statue of Thespian.
Boy!
Oh.
Fuck you, Zane.
My head missed no drift.
And Thespian, what would you like on your gravestone?
God, I didn't think of that.
Good, you get to answer the hard question.
Yeah, you have to. You have to think of the repercussions. Wow.
Well, I didn't think of specifically what I wanted on my grave.
Think
Are
of
you
it just
looking
like,
for, like suggestions or
Suggestions might be nice.
This is the best way I can phrase it. Is just like, think of, like, for you right now, Thessin, in the world of Nyx, you get a feeling that you can have another final words, and you kind of sense your mother and your friends all gathered together, and Aurora is kind of on the outskirts by the stairway, not close to any of you, along with Andrea. So this is your final moments to say something else, if you wish.
Miss me as though I was taking a vacation.
And as you guys are mourning, you hear the etching of something. And as you look at the gravestone on a plaque, you see, miss me as if I was on vacation. Thessin Galanis. And what kind of pose would you want on your statue?
Probably just like spellbook in one hand open and just like inciting a chant.
Okay.
And like in the other
You
hand
all
just
see
like
this
a
as well.
ball of magic power.
You all see this as well. This the statue of Thessian posing. But you know Thessian to be a very gallant wizard. Very resourceful and smart one as well. After the body is buried, you just see Thessian's mother just sitting across from her son's grave. Not saying a word.
Oh, it's okay, I'm back.
God damn it, Evan, you just missed a lot.
Kinda wish Desian's dad wasn't kind of a dickhead and no, I'll just stop. I kind of just stand there in the doorway, not saying a word.
So you're not leaving the tomb? Because at this point, it's just like Thessian's mom is just asking everyone to leave. She's just
oh,
That's
Oh,
fine.
okay, that was not specified.
Okay,
that
no,
was
no,
very much not specified.
like she
Yeah,
just
we're-
sat down.
Yeah, we
and
leaving.
Yeah, she just like saw you guys, me, kind of standing there. She's like, "Please leave."
Yeah, leaving definitely.
Yeah.
Why you gotta do us like this,
No,
Sage?
what would you guys like to do? I didn't do anything.
Hey, fuck you.
I feel like you've
I'm-
got like some sort of personal challenge going on of how many times you can make us say "fuck you."
I
Yeah.
could if I really want to, but I'm pretty sure that number's already been passed now. Like it's
You are
probably
running
not
it currently.
50s.
It's a tower.
Yeah.
Alright, next dragon egg out of nowhere, Thrasher just shoots Fern in the leg.
Let's not take it out on the party.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah, believe
But
me, giving you and sorry and the kids, that'd be worse for the rest of us than it would be for Fern.
you know what?
What are you guys doing during this time after burying Thessia?
I'm just I'm just kind of praying. Just sitting under a tree, praying. Just what I was doing with Linhardt's mom. I'm just trying to focus in on Nyx, meditating. Just if I can maybe see Thessian, not really interact, but just see him.
Not really. I'm just gonna say that right now. You can't really, even with a religion check, it's not gonna be easy for you to see that scene specifically because he is in the realm of Nyx and you are in the mortal world.
I know. I'm just
I'm in the what?
just trying to. You're in the realm of Nyx.
Ah,
World.
right.
I can't. Even the hardest I meditate and stuff, I can't really see past it. So I guess I'm just sitting there meditating.
And what were you doing, Josh?
Just getting out drinks, trying to start preparing food.
Iris, Kaya, Linhardt, what about you guys?
Kaya's just kind of outside, staring up at the sky, just kind of contemplating everything that's happened,
Just processing.
trying to deal.
Okay. Daisy, Linhardt, what about you guys?
Wake up, enjoy the suffering.
I think the bigger issue is Daisy in any
Stage
condition
to
to
talk.
talk?
Yeah, before Iris goes to kind of like also process things, she'll go up to Omiros and ask if she would be able to go with him, or if she'd be able to take or go with him to return the artifacts to Kufix's temple.
Of course.
Are we at Ramirez's house or are we
We're at
No,
in
Aurora's
Thessian's
villa.
house? Well,
yeah, Aurora's house, burying Thessian, and Thessian's mom just learned that Thessian sacrificed his life for Iris's, which
And there's some rage involved.
yeah, not gonna lie, Thessian. Should have just got rid of Iris.
Except no.
it's a big group.
Very much.
Well, I would just say at this point, there's Andrea. It kind of stumbles out and just says, "If you all wish, we can get a drink to to honor those who have fallen. With satyrs, it's death isn't the final bit of life. It's what we remember them by. I understand it is sad, but sometimes it's better to honor what they represented and what they made you feel rather than what happened to them.
Omiros, cracking a fake smile, says, well, then we should obviously start drinking.
Yeah, frankly, I could use a drink.
Constantine says, just kind of savage, like, kind of sucks. I cannot get intoxicated. So I cannot. So I cannot try to, let's say, as you people do, try to cover up the wounds with intoxication. I'm kind of sad I can't do that, but I shall join you all and continuously just praying for the souls that have passed.
Okay. You guys go back into Evermeria, and a lot of people are just anxious right now because they have no idea who's survived, who did not. And it feels very melancholic at this moment. But you guys enter the tavern, and people who don't seem to be affected by this, of losing family members or the war in general, seem to be just living it up in the tavern, smiling, laughing, drinking. And you guys stumble in, take a seat in the back, and watch. All these happy people do not realize the sacrifices you all have made and many of others have made, or they're just more ignorant of the fact. It's kind of like the end scene in the tavern with the Lord of the Rings, where all the hobbits are just gathered there after their long journey. And if you wish to drink, give me a con save. Because I'm just wondering, like, how heavily are you guys drinking away the pain?
Oh boy.
Heavily.
In the honor of Thessian,
Oh no.
Very heavy.
I'll
Okay,
try.
so then make the con save with disadvantage if you're drinking heavily. If not, then just do regular con save.
In
Oh,
honor
no.
of Thessian, lightly.
And
Ah!
Oh, goodness. No.
Omiros is
Oh,
certainly honoring
God.
Thessian. I said if you're drinking heavily, roll with disadvantage. So those of you who said that you're drinking heavily, aka Linhart, roll another con save.
Oh no.
Alright, so it's a 16. So it's a 16 you're taking.
Nice.
And Kai, didn't you also
That's
say you're drinking heavily?
Sure, what the hell.
I'm
Oh. Rip. Always
That
happens
sounds
to
about right.
someone.
We've got the beginning.
So Linhart and Iris are slowly drinking their pains away. Omiros is honoring Thessian's ability to drink with moderation, and then Kai is just trying to drink the pain away.
Oh.
I've got a lot to drink away at the moment.
She's getting screwed up.
Mr. Skyday.
She's already just like, yeah, she just is gone. She's not talking with you guys. She just keeps on ordering drinks just to numb the pain.
could I before it gets like you know, some person's gonna die level? I just try to stop her.
She's just kind of pushing at you, but very
Ow.
half-heartedly, like she's not really trying. She's also
Well, I'm
very
asking.
so.
Yeah, I'm asking Constantine, how are you gonna try to stop her?
Just like,
Cut off her tab.
yeah, I cut off tab.
Yeah.
I just go over to the car and I say, she's just please
She's
don't give her
done.
anymore. She's done. She's not feeling really good. Don't want it.
Give me more.
Yo, this is very similar to the Hail the Victorious Dead.
Yeah.
Very similar in tone. Although, actually, considering Daisy hasn't seen it, I probably shouldn't have used that gift.
What?
Same.
That is okay. It is out of context. I do not know.
Okay, good.
You haven't
Daisy,
seen
you
Lord
need
of
to
the
fix
Rings.
that as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Oh
Daisy.
my god.
As in, next
That's
weekend,
all.
we're doing it.
Heck yes. I
Next
know.
week, Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, same
No,
day.
no. Marathon.
Let's do it.
Oh my god, you'd be there for sort of.
Hell yeah. Marathon.
You'd need more than a day.
Oh, you need
Well.
like 2.
Too.
And if you're drinking again, roll another con save, Kai. You're already gone, so you don't have to. But if you want to, go ahead.
Seeing how Kaya.
And I will try and get more
immediately-
drinks across to telling them not to.
Seeing how Kaya immediately passed down, like, there's probably some strong alcohol. I better tone it down a bit.
Mm.
Maybe.
Maybe. No, I'm doing it.
Seeing as I,
So if you're
Still have
drinking again,
the-
roll another con save.
yeah, seeing as I still have an inspiration, I'm just gonna use it.
Okay.
Nice. Nice.
I can imagine under.
Glorious oblivion.
Daisy, are you drinking again or no?
I think I'm good.
Okay. But you're starting to get a little bit more drunk than her, and Omiros, you're still doing fine. But it's hard to describe this feeling. You've lost one person that was close to you, that you've known from the very beginning.
Well, almost.
Almost. Technically, like maybe a couple days after you all met. At this point, Andrea just looks at you all and asks, I didn't know Thessian for quite a while, or that long I should say, but what was your favorite memory of him?
I just kind of say, oh, I really liked that time where me and him were just sitting in Miletus, and he bought me a lemon. I really liked that moment. He tried to help me understand more mortals, humans, and other beings of flesh, how they eat and how they live. Try to help me there. I do appreciate him for that. And it was just nice. It was a nice, lovely day.
I remember when we first got our first tattoos, he says, pointing to the one on his neck. When Thessian got his giant hole on his forehead, we got him a headband. But then when we were visiting his mother, I don't know if it was me. It might have been, but someone just
It was you and
yanked-
Leon.
Yeah, we just yanked the headband off of his head in front of his mother, and I've never seen that man turn more red so quickly.
Because you constantly start chuckling.
And then I think he attacked me with a fireball. No, it was fine. I feel like that happened at least 4 or 5 times throughout my time with him. So looking back on it, I'm sure it was just a sign of affection. And definitely not just irritation.
Says, what about you, Miss Arthusa?
You're asking Iris.
I keep thinking back to recently when we were all just taking stuff out of Dacine's forehead, and he was getting so lightheaded while we were just taking everything out, and then, or were we putting everything back in? I cannot remember. We were doing one of the two when he was just getting so dizzy and lightheaded, so to speak.
God damn you, Iris.
Kai is he's unconscious and did not hear the pun.
You're taking 20 damage as like a random cup hits you in the face.
That's one
Uh-oh.
heavy cup.
Someone's gonna start a bar fight.
Jeez, how high is the dice caught up?
It's a 1d27 right now.
Holy crap!
They're rolling high.
So we need to get 3 more in before the end of the session.
I look over.
She looks at. Oh, I was gonna say that she looks over at Linhart next and just asks, "So, what about you?"
Probably when his arms sprouted out of his back.
That was interesting. But if you excuse me, you guys can continue drinking and having fun, but I must go check on Aurora. She's not doing too well.
Can I just please go check on both of them?
Wait, what do you say, Michael?
Both my
Can
mother
you please
and
go check
Aurora.
on both of them? Yeah.
Yes, I will check on them both. And then she just snaps her finger and teleports away.
Okay. And I look around Miros and say, remember that time where Persephone shook him for about an hour to get out all the mold?
Yeah.
Good
That was
times.
funny. That
That
was
was
like 5
funny.
days ago.
It was.
Remember that time when he just showed up out of the tomb? Just randomly? Like, I don't even know why he was there. I'm glad he was. But it doesn't make any sense.
I wasn't there, so it was kind of interesting how he stood up to his father. That one time we were in his temple, and he kind of got, I would say, pissed at his dad for just killing, the Leonin, and
Don't even remember his name.
no, Leon, Leon, no. But yeah, right at the time, he was an interesting fella, to say the least.
Yeah. Trying to remember of some of the other things that happened.
Roll history check.
No.
Because I legit can't remember any right now.
No, that's why you have me. You know, the guy who remembers the weirdest shit that you guys do.
Alright then.
Alright, fine, whatever.
Or you remember another thing vaguely about him saying he can locate bread on somebody?
Yeah. Linhart.
Locate bread.
I cast
Yeah.
locate bread.
I still have that bread in my grave.
Oh.
It's very moldy though.
It's very
Oh,
moldy.
for sure.
I feel like it's just dust at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just
Oh,
dust.
yeah.
Meh.
I mean,
Like, why did he just
I'm
get this
surprised
thing?
no one just like would. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like I'm surprised no one like commented on the smell you would have by just having moldy
Prestidigitation.
bread in your.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's well.
But hey Leonard, do you have the other piece of bread? Just
I ate it, sadly.
yeah. You eat moldy bread. Moldy bread.
No, I ate it before it got bad.
I want a lemon now.
Okay, well, do you guys continue drinking and just spending the time in the tavern, or would you guys like to do anything else?
I'm already drunk.
I think
Yeah, I'll stick around.
I think
I
it's
think
best if
I'm
y'all
gonna
go to bed.
call it for the night. And with the permission of breaking the rules of D&D, I would like to take Kaya's staff and cast Levitate on her and take her back to the villa.
No, I'll like literally just like pick her up and be like, all right, let's go.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, so
okay,
you're
that
gonna leave
works.
the other people behind?
No, I'm like, come on, Linhart, bring Iris.
Who all is smashed again? So it's Kaya and
Kaya, Linhart, and Daisy are kind of drunk.
Yeah,
I'm like
I-
hanging in there.
I'm going to
Okay.
try and tempt Linhart and Iris back to the villa.
yeah.
What are you tempting them with?
More
Bread.
alcohol? I don't know.
Come
As
get the alcohol bread. Come here. You get to eat.
Constantine just says, if you guys go into the villa, I'll try to make euros again. To Iris.
You want the alcohol?
What was
Get
that?
an Uber.
Yeah.
Does Evaria have Ubers yet?
I was like holding Kai in my hands, like, why?
You know, just go ahead and
Astral
put
project
on
the
my
future
horse.
call us to do.
Well, actually, since it's just yourself, can you just give me a strength check? I know you're gonna pass, but it's just good to see if you fuck it up, maybe on that one chance.
Drop me.
Oh my gosh! No!
Hey, I hate you.
As you just like go to pick up Iris, she's just kind of like, it kind of that's kind of hard for you to do it.
We give Kaya.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Kaya.
Kaya.
You pick up, as you try and pick up Kaya, she kind of just like rolls and just falls onto the ground. But still sound asleep.
What are you doing?
Alright, no, I
Alright,
just-
plan B, levitation. We're just
Give me a roll.
I-
How do you, so you have to cast it, but
so I'm just
I would say
tying a
maybe-
rope to like Kaya's waist, levitating her and
I
dragging her
understand
back
that,
to the
but-
villa like a balloon.
I understand that. But since this is not yours, and you're using stuff that isn't yours and stuff like that, you just make a spell attack
What?
because it's like you're
Because-
trying.
Make a spell, yeah, like a spell check.
Yeah.
Or disadvantage if it's.
Oh yeah, that is true with disadvantage. Thank you. Leonard.
Well, no, this isn't like a spell attack on a creature. It
It
would
just
just,
happens.
yeah. Well,
I mean,
luck point.
Levitate itself doesn't even have a DC.
Okay. Well, yeah. You just like wah, and you just
Yeah.
cast levitate. She slowly starts to rise up, getting above Constantine. Slowly try and get out, reaching out your range soon.
I did tie a rope around her waist.
Oh, you did that beforehand. Okay. So,
Balloon guy.
yeah.
And I can only go up to 20 feet, so I wouldn't like fly up into space.
But it's no touching the ceiling, and a lot of the bard compatriots are just looking like, what the fuck? And they just like look at the drink, see if like there's something in their drink.
I just have a big drunken wave.
I like pull her down and try and get her out of the out of the bar.
I was gonna say, do you want to just like carry her out and then like on the way out, I just let her go and then you can just take her way back on the rest?
Omiros doesn't really respond. He just continues to struggle trying to get Kaya out of the
Okay,
way.
I'll try to help him out. Be like, all right.
Alright,
drunk
give me give me a performance check with advantage, Amira, since you have Constantine helping you.
Ethan is
Though I do
suggesting
it,
that you
but-
play tavern music.
God,
A 4 and a 1. That is impressive.
Knock off.
That is.
man, we're I think it's just because like the game's like, oh, you guys are mourning. All right, I'll make you guys emotional wrecks.
There you go. You guys happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, more.
I regret nothing.
Oh, Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers is so great.
Oh,
The perfect human being.
The perfect human being.
that him and Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
And
you guys,
Stephen
are you guys
Carlson.
walking back?
I mean, I kind of have to. We've got 3 people, and I'm having to lure 2 of them and carry one of them.
Oh, you don't
You're
have to.
dragging me.
Yeah.
I had
Oh.
like 2 drinks. And
But you're still kind of drunk.
It's like
It's like when you're not like drunk enough, you wouldn't be able to drive, but it's not like you're not falling over yourself quite yet.
Yeah. Do you want me to just keep an eye on those two while you keep an eye on Kaya?
Yeah.
I'm just walking behind them and be like, come on, follow Miros. And if they start going across the path, I pick up a stick and start poking at them.
I periodically casting dancing lights to draw their attention.
I feel like I'm
Kaya.
a Minecraft sheep being led with wheat.
You're not wrong.
I'm like poking him in the back.
From
Come on.
alcohol is get out, so you're not wrong.
I think we're at
Yeah,
28
yeah,
pun
I can
damage
walk.
now.
Yeah. Who was that again?
This is
Who was that
Danielle.
again? Danielle? Alright.
You don't like my Kai Air pun?
I love it.
I didn't see that one.
Your Discord?
Alright, well, it looks like you're taking 17 damage.
No.
Or else you might be into a wall.
It's more you just like ran into some branches of a tree and you just like get something in your mouth.
I'm
Like
just,
leaves.
Your hair kind of gets stuck in like a knot and like kind of like gets stuck in the tree branch and like
God, that hurts.
Amir's kind of like pulls out of it and you kind of lose the branch.
Where's the hell?
Kind of mumbles to himself because he's still moody. If you had cooperated, we wouldn't happen to be doing this, Kaya.
you could have.
Really cooperate. I was very peacefully sleeping and all this happened.
No response. Like yanks on the rope just to give you some vertigo.
Amiras, please don't do that. She might throw up on me.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I threw a coin at your head.
Who's?
At least I'm not Iris.
Yeah. I'm still poking Iris in the shoulder. Like, come on, keep going. Follow Linhart. Follow the leader.
Iris is like, I'm going, I'm following him, and then she starts following someone else.
She just goes off of the beaten path and it like walks into a tree.
He's just following a cow right now.
Following who now?
A cow.
Cow.
There's a point where I just grab out like my rope and tie it around both Linhart and Iris's arms. I'm like, come on, follow me. I'm like, just walking them.
Omiros, like halfway there, starts kind of like mumbles to himself. This is normally Thessian's job.
Just making sure everyone stays in line.
Literally.
And also, I just kind of try to make it a little more happy. It's like, well, at least you guys didn't get tattoos this time.
Oh, we should get tattoos.
No,
No, I'm not drunk enough to think that's a good idea.
It would have been at least another 3 or 4 hours of drinking for me to get to that point again.
But you know, that would have been the one thing. Another thing to be in his name.
Oh, but
This is how I imagine Josh is being right now, just like melancholy, just like, oh.
Yeah, basically. And thank you for Stitch.
Yes.
yeah.
Amiras, you should drink more. It'll feel better.
I mean, if she keeps doing that, you could have just always shake the rope just to make her dizzy.
Oh.
I'm
He's-
a pro.
He's not lost all of his like common decency. He's just he's having sad boy hours.
Yeah.
He still loves his friends, but he's
Everyone needs an autograph for this. Like after we get back, I'm constantly just gonna like before bed, I'll just like to give everyone like a hug and be like, I love you all.
like after this is all done, Omiros is teleporting back to Miletus so he can just adopt a stray puppy, and then that's it. Actually, I gotta.
Technically, you guys had
wanna
to go
go.
back to Molested for the ceremony.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck them for now.
that.
Can't they just give us a card?
Just send us a card.
They can wait for a little while. We're just sad boy hours.
Can we just get a wee thank you for trying card or something?
Oh, you probably don't want to miss it.
Fuck
Especially
you.
you.
Zane, are you playing the sad music and the happy music at the same time?
yes, yes.
Yes, he is.
No.
Track 1 is tavern music. Track 2 is funeral event.
Technically, you guys are still mourning.
Shut up.
I'm just playing the One Ring to Rule Them All. That's the only song that's like.
Well, I have Kazadoon playing.
Good.
You have to find out. She probably won't remember because she's blackout drunk.
Well, yes, but there will also be a large bruise from falling 20 feet.
I mean, I've had bruises before and I don't remember how I got them, so.
Yeah, okay, but Omiros doesn't lie to his friend.
Yeah.
I dropped you. Would be the answer to how did I get this bruise?
I'll carry on Thessie's version of throwing fireballs at you. Fireballs.
Oh yeah, let's have the sorcerer and the warlock duke it out. I wonder who's gonna win that one.
Gee, I wonder.
He would just put you in timeout 2.0.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm leaving.
I feel like you both would do that at the same time, and then you guys were just like, no, you stop it. No, you stop it.
But only one of us has force cage.
Yeah, there was
Oh, do
force
you have the
wall.
components for it?
Yes, I have 3 components because I bought 4.
I guess it would just depend who's faster.
Yeah. Who gets initiative first?
Yeah.
Who,
Advantage.
who
But
countered?
I'm also drunk.
who
I'm just
countered
like,
the other properly?
I'm just like, I fucking hate these guys.
Hey, Kaya?
Love
can you
you
con
too,
save real quick?
Constantine. Con save?
Yeah.
Bark, 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 bark.
Oh no.
15?
You just like, you feel it coming, but you're like, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh.
I'm trying over here, you better not drop me.
Thinking about it.
Eyes of arrows and reconsiders. Decides better of it.
Alright, well, you guys get back to the villa, and you see Aurora is just chilling on a balcony, just not saying anything, just looking up at the stars.
Hell no.
I would assume. I just kind of bow to her, so. Never mind. I'll just bow to her. But,
I think I'm just gonna put
Yeah, put them in bed.
Well, if I'm being honest, I'm just gonna leave Kaya in like whatever passes as the living room couch,
Yeah.
just because there's a certain image that, yeah. And then I'll
Okay.
just join Aurora for a couple of hours and then go to bed.
I'm just kind of walking around.
Oh, wait,
Is
shit, wrong one. Sorry. That one. And she kind of sees you wanting to talk, and then she moves down and kind of starts a fire. And it's just sitting there.
Romero says, no wit to talk. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, she can see that you wanted to go up and be next to her, so she's like, okay, I'm just gonna go down and start a little campfire.
like I could sit with her if she's gonna do that.
She's not saying anything, but you can see that she's welcoming anyone who wants to sit at the campfire.
I mean, I'm gonna sit there. I'm not gonna say anything and probably just stare into the fire and then eventually pass out.
Okay.
I heard the scratching and I was watching the Stitch gif at the same time.
If Ramirez passes out like right there, I'll just pick him up, take him to bed.
Okay. But as you do that, you still notice that Aurora's just looking at the fire.
After I take him to bed, I just kind of go back up there, just sit there with her, and basically do my sentry rest, where I'm just sitting there, just resting up, but also have a keen awareness what's going on.
So morning comes. You guys wake up and you just, as you wake up, Constantine, you notice that Aurora's no longer there. Was no longer by the campfire. And seems to have died out a few hours ago, and it is the next day. So if you wish to travel or do anything, go right ahead.
Once Kaya, Linhart, and Iris have recovered from their hangovers, I'll try and gather us all up and teleport us back to Miletus.
Okay.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this meeting over with or whatever. Oh, my fucking head hurts.
Should I try to cook you guys breakfast again?
No, not right now.
Alright.
Not me, at
I
least.
can stomach it at the moment, though. Thank you, Constantine.
I will
I-
also take like a minute to just cast prestidigitation on all of them and myself to clean ourselves up.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
Probably make Linhart smell a little better.
Yeah.
Hopefully I did that previously, given the number of times that I almost died. I must have been just, like, covered in blood.
Oh yeah, you guys didn't say you washed it all off, so it's like
You guys,
kind of dry
I'm
blood.
walking around and starting to look like a goddamn horror show.
yeah. While they're like getting ready, Constantine just goes over to like the river and just kind of jumps in, just try to wash off all the blood, and just be like, "Oof."
Are you sure you want to do that? Because that is also the main water supply for your city.
Well, not like
I
have to
can't
find.
really-
I'll
Let me clarify. Prestidigitation cleans you, so you are no longer dirty.
all right.
This includes
yeah.
blood.
I just kind of looks down or something, just kind of does a double take, like, have I looked like this the entire time I was kind of out of it?
Yep.
We all look
Yikes.
weird. Well,
Yeah.
it's just
I mean,
I kind of just look at everyone. It's like, is there any last words, or are we just gonna get this over with?
Well, to be respectful, don't say anything stupid, he says, looking at Linhart,
And Iris.
and
I motioned that I'm zipping my mouth shut and throwing the key away.
and then glances briefly at Constantine.
Hey man, I'm just done with kind of Zebo as you.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing, what this is
Yeah.
quite about, but best manners. We do represent an entire polis at this moment, so let's go.
Mhm.
We make the teleportation, or no, you already have the teleportation circle in the villa, so you guys just get on that, teleport onto the ship. And at this point, you do realize that there are some more. You see your mercenaries and stuff like that. Those who weren't able to get through the teleporter with the Westians are coming into the city now. With the dead that couldn't quite make it in time for the portal.
Fuck you, Zane.
We
This
should have
is-
started a tally.
Really should have.
But
We can.
luckily, we didn't make this like a drinking game. Or else,
In the amount of times you say "fuck you," you all take a drink.
yeah, you'll be like whoever here could be could drink just be plastered.
Especially last session with the
No.
boss battle.
Yeah.
Because I remember someone just said a whole paragraph of "fuck yous."
I would
But,
never.
I was about to say that sounds like either Daisy or Danielle.
Really, I was thinking it was you.
Well, I don't say that.
Oh yeah, true.
So we know who it wasn't.
And I only stop at one usually.
Well, yeah, let's get this ceremony
Yeah.
not over with. This is a great honor, I am assuming.
It's just we're just very sad at the moment.
Yeah.
Honor kind of like regained some amount of composure from like the past few days. Said more than like 2 sentences put together at once, so
Mm.
recovering for the moment.
It's just,
But I'm just seeing you go to your mother's house now, or your family home.
Yeah.
You guys get there and you see that your family has waited for you and just says, "Do you have any formal attire to wear?"
Kind of like looks in his bag.
Like,
Let me look.
I'm not even gonna look. I already know the answer is no.
He pulls out a very old set of what's the word? I wrote it down as fancy clothes, but I don't think that's the actual word.
fine clothes.
We'll just
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's fine clothing, and it's like he goes and puts it on, and you can tell it obviously doesn't fit anymore. Like he's lost a lot of weight over the course of like this.
It's fine.
7
Dude. Just wear what you usually wear. She just like kind of cuts it off just because it doesn't look right.
Yeah, this is awful. I need to eat some more.
Just imagine this like a toga, how it's like supposed to go down to his ankles. This is like actually up to his knees.
good.
Yeah, so I'll be wearing a AIS and maybe I'll polish it a bit.
Just get some extra precipitation on there.
It's just
Make it
pull up, just,
shiny.
like, yeah, just shine up my chassis.
And he looks at like everyone else. Does anyone know the mending spell? Because I feel like we're a little tattered.
No.
Thessian did.
He probably could.
Shut up, Zane.
How do you
That
ban?
wasn't me. I said
ban it?
Daisy probably knows it.
How do we ban a DM?
This DM has been cancelled.
I do have mending.
Okay. Take a few minutes. Okay, if you wouldn't mind, Iris, can you take a few minutes to he kind of gestures to everyone else to fix up their clothes.
Of course, of course.
I'm just throwing around as best prestidigitations
Yeah,
as I can.
you haven't. It's like a lot of your clothes have like cuts and stuff like that. Armor has been chipped and cut, and there's like a lot of holes in them.
I mean, yeah, we
So-
did spend 8 months adventuring.
Yeah.
We haven't fixed any.
Never. Yeah, there's. I'm surprised it even held up at this point of 8 months of fighting and burning.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes some of us have almost died.
I'm
Getting
just,
absorbed by goo. That one time.
Get those oozes.
I just kind of asked someone, it's like, hey, can you guys make sure my wings look good? As I'm trying to like, and prop them up properly.
Polishing wings.
Yeah.
Are they metallic or were they? I
None
got
of them are metallic.
leather. I don't
They're
They're
metallic.
know. Okay, metallic. Yeah, we take some time, fix ourselves up, and go see what's going on.
Just
Oh, no, that's not a good one. Hold on.
Hey,
I was like, uh-oh.
I'm not vibing with this.
I will not hold back against whatever stupid person tries to fight us.
Yeah.
yeah, me neither.
And
I
the
have
fact that we're
Me
equal.
neither.
Get up
I'm
there.
already gonna use a 4th level smite in the first attack.
I think I'll look at just finger of death. You know what I'm dealing with today. Not this shit.
Amiro's
You guys
locked
enter
himself
the.
in a playpen with.
You guys get. After leaving the villa, your mother and brother are accompanying you, along with. Well, your mother's carrying both the babies, of course. And you guys reach the council room where they're. Or like the council room. And you see a lot of people there, poor and rich, philosophers, young and old, and in the middle stands something covered with a large cloth.
Yo, they put this together fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you recognize someone, Amiros,
You say Chiron.
your old mentor. No,
Oh,
Agatha.
Agathos.
And she says to you all, I believe it was she. It's been a while since we. Okay, Agatha. He says to you all, wearing your father the same color of robes as your father did before, as if he is now actually on the council. And he says, in honor of all the dead and the brave hero we've lost, we dedicate this statue. And they pull your drape down, and you see your father and a Thessian standing side by side.
Oh, fuck you, Zane.
Wait a minute, but he's not the son.
What?
I don't know. They said they're both standing together. It was like, wait a minute.
No, they dedicated to the heroes that fell.
And how are you taking 11 damage?
I think we've.
It's me.
No, is that
Me.
29? I think that's
Alright.
29.
29. It's 29. We're so close.
Alright,
One more.
we should go for more.
To the heroes who have saved the world more than once, especially Miletus, we thank you all. And you see them all get on the one knee and give a bow to you all. And as you turn around, Amiros, you see your mother and your brother giving you a bow as well.
How is she bowing with 2 babies?
Good question.
I mean, she's just like was just more taking a knee and holding the kids.
Let's just say I'm I'm holding Paris. How about that?
And I should say that for your father's statue, it's made with lapis and hematite, and Thessian's is this beautiful stone here. Hold on. Hold on. I had it a second ago. Give me a second. Anyways, it's just like a very beautiful stone. I can't find it at the moment, so here, give me 1 second. Dip. There it is. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, there it is. Bam.
Whoa.
Yo, what is?
Cool.
Oh,
It's like a guitar pick.
Looks like it's almost made from seashells.
Yeah.
I want to know what that is now.
It looks like it's got opal.
Yeah, it's
Brand-
definitely
yeah.
got some opal in there.
I don't know what the blue is. That's legit.
That's
But-
awesome.
And after they give their bows and stand up, they start to converse and start to talk with one another. You guys are free to do whatever you want. If you want to leave Miletus, you can. If you want to say goodbye to your friends before doing that, or not at all, it is up to you now.
Well, Omiros would probably spend a couple of hours socializing. Honestly, it's not very genuine. People that are probably paying attention realize it's not really.
yeah.
He does
Fake.
not want to be there.
It's not that yeah, it's not like he doesn't want to be there, but that he doesn't have
The mental capacity that to do.
and he kind of like comes back to you guys wherever you guys are.
Hmm.
I, first off, I say to everyone, I know this is sudden. I know this is I know this is sudden, but I must, because now I am the leader of the Brotherhood. I must go start rebuilding the Order, and I have fulfilled my commitment to bearing Thessian. I do pray, Amiros, that you and Iris and whoever else goes with you to go and take the artifact back, or have a nice, wonderful journey. And I do, and I shall be back. Don't worry, my friends. I'm not leaving forever. I just need to go back to the main lookout, the main not lookout, but the main hideout, just to count numbers and help there with the burial of my family. And I do thank you all for stopping this thing. And if you ever need it, I do consider you all a part of the Brotherhood. I do consider you all my family. I love you all, and I kind of just hug everyone.
When you
Okay.
when you get to Omiros, he just kind of whispers to you to take care and come see me when you take a break.
I kind of let's just say I'll just have a little message for everyone. I say to Omiris, I say, I will, my friend. But I just ask one thing. Um, can you please allow me and my family to set up officially? No hidden, no back alley stuff to set up here. If you can ask Miletus and also Evimeria if we can set up here in these places so that we can prevent some of this from ever happening again. I'm planning to go plan to take the Brotherhood in a different light than other champions did.
He pushes one of the sending stones into your hand, and he says, "That's not my decision to make alone, but I'll let you know.
All right,
Stay
thank
in
you.
touch."
Yeah. And I say, I did make oaths to you that I shall do all the power to protect your lone brother and sister. Know that will and that promise shall be held up even now. And do make sure they do grow up well. And then I bound to Amiros,
Cat, please.
and then I go over to Linhart. Evan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I say, as I said to Amiros, I must go. I must go there and do my duties. But you do take well care of your son, and I do say so. If if he ever decides to become a great warrior, I would love to teach him in the art of battle. But that's just if. I know his father's not a warrior, but it seems like your family has a bunch of warriors in it. I would love to train your son one of these days, but I must go. And um, in his arms, he just gives you the +2 whip, and he says, "Just I might not see you as
I
quickly."
thought that was stolen.
Yeah, the +2 whip was stolen.
No, no, no. Well, the well, I'll give you the sword I had first,
Oh hell yeah!
and I just say, "Here you go. If anyone in your family decides to go out adventuring, um, let's just say let them have this. Maybe it'll be a nice me protecting them uh, in the spirit."
I shall give this one to my son. When he earns it, of course.
Okay, and then I go over to Iris and I say, "Well, now this is now this is a predicament I've thoroughly be seen, bud. Um, uh, my words of my words to you, Iris, are please learn more wisdom. You might seem knowledgeable, but I do pray that you are more wise." As he just holds out a ring, and he says, gives it to Iris, and he says, "This is the ring of Mind Shield. You might need this, bud. You are strong in the body, but I feel sometimes you might not be strong in the mind. And I don't want any of my friends corrupted by any backwards or unnecessary things." And then
Oh,
he goes,
go ahead. Sorry.
"Go ahead."
Oh, Iris will hold back any will basically bite her tongue and pull in Constantine for a hug.
Aw.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I just look back at Leonard and say, "So in 8 months, are we gonna do that thing? Few
Yeah,
months?
yeah. I point to Amaris and say, I still got a debt to pay though.
All right. Hilarion's right.
Yeah.
All right. And
Like they're speaking in code.
all right. And then I go over to Kaya and say, "All right, bud. I might be seeing you soon. I know we've been saying stuff about you've been saying stuff about rebuilding the Atlantic. I would like me and the Brotherhood to help you out with that, and also maybe erect statues, rebuild buildings, just clear up the badness there.
Would greatly appreciate the help.
Also,
Anything, don't hesitate to ask.
bring Roger. I do like that guy.
You mean Squishy or Roger? No, Roger, the other guy. Is he still down in New Lantern? Where is he?
He's
Or not
in
New
He's
Lantern,
never
Evermera.
marry.
Yeah,
he's
well,
an
Kaya suddenly forgets about him.
I lost track of who was where. It's just gonna be Kai out in New Lantern laying down and work with Squishy and Roger.
And then I just like, I'm like, all right, bud. As I just pull out a shield and be like, can you just give this to Roger? It'll look funny on him.
It'll look funny.
As I kind of just go back and say, I'll talk to you all soon, and there might be business left to be done. As I kind of just fly off.
Okay.
I pull out my javelin and try to aim it at him. No, I'm kidding.
I smack him.
I look at him.
Is anyone else gonna be leaving the party to go off on their own?
I had to stay and pay for the damaged goods for Omeros' place. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I guess I'm heading back to Ephemeria to pick up my friend. At some point. Give him a shield.
Okay. Daisy, are you gonna be going back with the group to have Mary, or are you gonna be heading out on your own?
I really need to learn teleport.
I guess I'll ask Omiros if he'd like me to take the artifact or if he'd like to go together.
I'd like to take just one more journey with whoever is able, if that's all right with you all. Just, I don't want to leave you all right now. Seems wrong.
Premature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Granted, this is just me procrastinating, having to adjust, not always being around with you all.
Gotta ease into this sort of things, you know. We've been together for a while, and we've been together through a hell of a lot. It's gonna be weird.
Can we just start reading the epilogues before I legit start crying at some point?
I'm
Yeah.
down to read the
Here, we'll
epilogues.
just- Okay, so we'll just start off with. We'll start off with. You know what? Let's start off with Danielle.
God, why?
Why?
Oh.
Danielle's not so strong suit.
I am
My heart.
not a writer at all, so I just kind of do bullet points.
No worries.
Bullet points, and I'm just going off of a lot I thought I'd put.
Yeah. So Kai has been going on the adventures of Squishy and Roger. And they've basically gone back up to start rebuilding Neolanthan, start restoring the temple there, get it back to something of a livable town, and try and amend for the tragedy that happened there. She's been helping Constantine with his efforts, which
Yeah.
I'll let him explain more, 'cause that seems like it's more of his thing.
Yeah.
Basically just kind of trying to, I don't know, and ensure that what happened to Neolanthan doesn't happen again, and that we've all got a better future for the world.
Okay. Is that it?
Pretty much.
Okay. Next, let's do Daisy.
Okay.
My computer's
Would you like me to? Okay. You know, what, I'm just gonna read the whole thing.
Hold on until I plug my computer in. I want to hear it.
Okay.
Let us know.
I mean,
Well, then they're not hearing it then.
Uh,
Saying that is kind of
how
That's useless.
how long is how long did
About a
how
page
long
and a
did
half.
no how beat you by 2 pages.
Okay,
Holy
I'm good now.
Seriously?
Wait,
I
what?
wrote like
You wrote like
Why-
3
hold on,
pages?
hold on.
Louis?
Double, double or single?
Single.
Y'all are
Singles-
dedicated. I respect that.
I'm joking.
Could you just do a summary then if you did those fucking long things?
I'm joking.
Fine, man. This is the end of a campaign.
Oh, no, I'm joking. Go ahead, Easy, with your novel.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's just a long ramble now.
All right,
You
Daisy.
said you're good, Gail?
Yeah.
Okay. Soon after the war, Iris bid farewell to the rest of the party, venturing on her oh my god, no, venturing on her own or with Ormiros and whoever else would like to join to Krufix's temple to return the artifact as Thessian had requested. Iris now determined more than ever to not let her friend's sacrifice go to waste, made way towards Setessa to continue training for the Eroan Games. All is well in her journey until she passed through a town near the city.
Oh no,
Walking
there's gonna
through
be a
busy
child.
You could be a child.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought I was muted.
You're right. Walking through busy streets, she suddenly felt a sharp pain on her head, followed by the sound of metal hitting the ground. Seething with anger, Iris turned around to see the unforgettable faces of a boy and his mother, who now wore tattered clothing and dirt on their faces. Immediately, Iris was reminded of Thessian, his last written words and request to her. Fighting her
Don't punch
impulses,
children.
That's literally what he said. Just like, don't hit them. Fighting her impulses, she slowly approached the two, coin in hand. The mother pulled her son close to her. I'm sorry, ma'am, please. I'm sure he was just playing around to see how far he could throw it, and he didn't mean to hit you. Please, I'm sorry. We just lost his father, and Iris kneeled down to the child, handing the coin back to him and giving him an awkward pat on the head. Upon talking to the mother, she discovered that the boy's father fought in the war with them and was one of the thousands lost to the fight. The mother and son had since found that they were unable to support themselves and were making their way towards Altrasos, where the rest of their family was. Altrasos. Iris gave it some thought. I can take you there. Days later, Iris found herself hundreds of miles away from where she thought she would be to train for the Eroan Games, instead standing in front of the wall surrounding her old home, which was much grander than she recalled. Soon enough, she found some guards roaming the streets, and she introduced herself to them as the daughter of Damon and Alexandria Arethusa, who were members of the parliament and a military strategist of Altrasos, respectively, and introduced herself as the sister of Euphemia, the advisor to the council. They quickly escorted Iris, the boy, and his mother to see Iris's family in the home she left behind years ago. As soon as she saw her family, who greeted her with arms wide open, tears began to stream down her face as she held them for the first time in 3 years. Iris then told them about everything she had been up to, all of the adventures with her friends, their union with Linhart, their epic fight against Father, and how she ended up there. The boy and his mother soon reunited with their family thanks to Iris, and Iris stayed in her old room until she received a message from Linhart informing her of how he, Constantine, and Kaya were going to Asphodel and Adonis to finish off the undead and begin a new city. She quickly joined them in this endeavor, this time on good terms with her family, who she agrees to visit frequently. About 19 years later, Iris finds herself basking in the warmth of a fireplace in Miletus in a house right next to Linhart's. Free from her bulky armor and weapons she wore years ago, Iris instead wears loose, comfortable clothing after working a day in the farm. She also wears an eye patch over her right eye and has a stereotypical anime mom hairstyle, a long side braid. Anfisa, a small Triton woman, enters the room, pulling her chair next to Iris's. Not far behind are quick, heavy taps against the floor as Miko, a chubby 11-year-old Triton boy, and Tessie, a 7-year-old sister, his 7-year-old sister, dash into the room, sitting between Iris and Fisa in the fireplace. With a pencil and paper in hand, Nico draws a 4x4 grid of tic tac toe to pass between himself and his little sister while he asks Iris to continue telling about her adventures. I think the next part of this gives spoilers to Constantine's uh, 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 epilogue, so
It's
I'll kind of skip over it.
it's fine. Just like Constantine will just be next time.
Okay. Um, so Iris is telling her adventures to her kids. She goes, where was I? Ah, yes, we went to Asphodel to start the city. Iris describes in perhaps a little too much detail all the battles that went on as they fought the undead and how she lost her eye in battle. But in even greater detail, she described the beautiful temples they built, particularly the ones for Erebos and Erois. And that's how I met your mother too, outside of Erosa's temple as we had just finished constructing it. And we made our way back here with your uncle Linhart to start a new life and watch his son grow up. As Iris smiles, concluding her story, a loud scream erupts from Nico as his sister crosses 4 X's in a row, winning the game. He promptly yells about how he should have won. Iris, panicking, shoos them into their rooms, wondering to herself where he could have possibly learned to act like that. And as a side note, Iris totally hosts a yearly competition to see who can grow the most crop in the town, and she wins every year solely because Linhart tells everyone in the town to just let her win.
Oh, I love it.
All right,
Yo,
Constantine,
that
it's your
was
turn.
so wholesome.
Oh,
I
so
was
many
like,
feels.
I was like, I usually like putting angst in my stories, but I'm like, we've been through enough. God damn it.
Hey, Evan.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
do that much bad things to you.
Do you mind if I tell that part? Or do you want me to tell the thing that we
Just
talked
tell
about
the whole
last time?
thing, and then Evan will go next if you have something regarding him.
All right. Starting off, after the Battle of Akros, Constantine says farewell to his friends. He and many of the Brotherhood go back to the main hideout, and he starts planning out a more organized, a more let's say protective form of the Brotherhood, to where to show him that Lord Erebos is is no longer in the shadows and is now in the public eyes, as Constantine sends out many Brotherhood under on a few captains to be stationed in all the region in the main regions under Setessa, Letus, and Akros. He also sends many to the Minotaurs in the help of to make sure that they readjust to life properly. And he is busy for about a month or two, just trying to get everyone set up and ready. And then he goes back to the main hideout and he just prays to Lord Erebos. Lord Erebos, after a while of basically being swamped with work, enters his prayers, and Constantine, as a jester, as the champion of him, gives him the spear of Heliod and asks him to display it with pride in his grand palace. And maybe one day Constantine would love to serve down there when he seems fit, when he seems his time is no longer needed in this world. Um, after that, he takes a few members of the Brotherhood of Erebos to go rebuild Neolantin and help Kaya rebuild it. Uh, he he and the Brotherhood put back together many buildings that were destroyed. They clean up the streets, and if there's any signs of disrespected dead, they do definitely rework that out and make sure that they are properly buried. Um, I, uh, Constantine does this for about 7 months after the Battle of Acros. The time is, and then he and Linhardt fulfill a, let's say, uh, idea they had to see who is the second strongest of their little group. They both collectively know the strongest is the Miros, so but they just want to see who is strongest between them. As they travel to Hilarion's arena, spreading word about their great battle that is to ensue. Many see this battle. Many of our friends, many of our family, many families that we love and know see this battle, and they root for either side. But some say this person won, others say it's this person. But in the end, they all knew that Constantine was a better fighter.
Now we'll both have to do one shot just to fight
Yeah.
each other on that.
Oh, definitely.
Abdul right now.
Just imagining Linhart like screaming from the ground, "Best 2 out of 3."
Alright. Evan?
As no, no, hold on. As there's some more but as this is going after the battle between the two champions, Constantine remembers something that he he made a few promises to, especially Erebos and many of his brothers that had fallen, that he will destroy the centers of the undead. As he goes to Adonis and Asphodel with his friends and many people that he has rallied to his side, they with the cunning skill of a few generals, they do strategic strikes against the walls and then eventually break down both cities, destroying the dead. Then Constantine calls upon a friend, Almiros, to come and help build cities to honor Lord Erebos. And in the middle of both cities, and in the middle of one city, in the north, name. Fuck. Let's see, notes. Yeah, the one in the north, named Minos. He honors a great temple to Erebos, and he allows all of his friends that helped him build the city to dedicate temples into their gods in a nice little tiny circle around the square. And in the middle of the square, he builds a statue with one man kneeling at his dead brethren, and it is called the statue of the fallen brothers. And whoever lost a brother, son, friend, and all in battle can go there and pay respects to them in a way. It is dedicated to that. And in the other city, he allows Linhat to turn many of the desolated lands around the city into nice croplands and just nice place comparatively to what it once was. And for the next few years, he's just going between these cities, putting it as he set up the two governments, and then he's just watching the Brotherhood as its champion and keeping an eye on Valkyrie, and possibly finding many cultists of Phoenix, and either, if they are evil, destroying them. If they are good and hearted, he will try to bring them back to the light and the good side. That is my story.
Okay, Evan.
Nice.
Alright. Oh shit, I forgot to change one last one. I had two scenarios. In case one, if Leonard died, and one, if he lived, so I'll go with the one that he lived. After the fall of Father, Leonhard works for Omiros and his family to repay the debt for what he did to their horse. Once his family deemed the debt repaid, he will take his son with him to Evameria, where he will purchase land close to Chrysonesus, but more near the mountains. He named his son Germanius Horatius Augustus and began to teach him how to speak, eat, and walk. Over time, he'd send Germanus to school, and when he wasn't at school, he trained to fight him with his sword. Don't mind her, nephew. Leonhard and
Okay, well,
Constantine's.
wait, so
What?
I just want to say
Let's
this one
not
thing.
worry
So,
about the inconsistencies.
okay.
Leonhard and Constantine soon met up and traveled to the arena to decide who the second toughest member of the party was. About 8 months later, Leonhard then accompanies Constantine, Iris, and Kaya to venture to the land of the return. Germanus will be staying with Omiros and his family until Leonhard returns, with Omiros' permission. Once he finishes cleansing the land of the return and converts the land to be fertile for crops, he will live in Evameria until his siblings either are dead from combat, from wherever, other factors, or his siblings no longer want to live in their childhood home. After which, he would begin the process of converting his Evamerian home into a shrine or temple for Karametra and return to his childhood home. There, he'd build a house close by for Iris to live there as neighbors and continue to tend to his mother's resting area. On his way back home from escorting a group of farmers who were accepted into Setessa, he meets a trying woman named Helena Edlin. They form a bond after he awkwardly explains how he got his son. She laughed at it. She laughed at the explanation and calling him a dork or something adorable to her. He couldn't remember because he was too embarrassed to remember what she said. She accepted both of them and became Germanus' stepmother, but he still calls her mother or mommy. Germanus, like Leonhard, grew up to be an artistic individual while learning to fight with a great sword. After he was strong enough to wield it. And it was also the same sword that Eddie used. And that's about it.
This is
Okay.
adorable.
So we got everyone except for Joshua.
Alright. This is much shorter than Daisy's and Constantine's. Sorry. I thought we were doing shorter.
Yeah, I did too, but
Trust me, had I survived, mine would have also been rather short.
So, for the first 2 years after the end of Father, Omiros taught to some personal matters, traveling the world, helping his friends begin the process of rebuilding, traveling with Linhart as his bodyguard, and trying to teach Germanus in the ways of the scholar. After this, Omiros would go on to retire from the adventurer's lifestyle, focusing all of his efforts on helping his poles grow and the other poli, especially Neolantin and Acros, recover from the tragedies of the past, bringing his family to Evameria, hoping to distance them from the wounds of the past wars and providing them a peaceful life. As for Omiros himself, he became a chronicler, and would write many histories of different areas and peoples while fixing up the mansion with Aurora, returning it to its former glory as a home for budding and veteran adventurers. Occasionally, onlookers would hear him talking to someone that was not there, a man by the name of Thestian. He watched many come and go, but tried his best to stay in contact with his old friends and companions. Occasionally, though, the people of Miletus would find Thessian's statue with some black, impermanent paint on his forehead. In his old age, he secluded himself from the public domain in Aurora's mansion, spending his elder years recounting the tales of other adventurers he'd met throughout the years.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, you know Lenore and son would be visiting.
Yeah. You guys, every once in a while, you just hear like a flapping outside your window, and you just see constant.
Constantine doesn't bother with front doors anymore.
No, it's all about flying through windows.
Like a Neil Lantern.
I can imagine like every time I visit, I offer you like your little brother and sister. It's like, hey, do you guys want to fly around like a dragon? I'm just trying. I'm basically trying to play the cool uncle.
That gave me the warm fuzzies I needed after this game.
What, mine?
Just like all of them, but yes, yours. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah.
A bunch of wholesome
Sad.
players trapped in sadistic DM.
Hey!
We didn't
I
start
gave
that
you
way,
guys wholesome
though.
moments. I
No,
gave
we
you
didn't.
wholesome moments.
But
Yeah,
you
you
also
did.
horribly traumatized us.
I think in response to some of the more traumatic events, and I was a part of this with the beginning of Lordaeron, I think we have, as a group, kind of shifted a little bit into the okay, we need to be happy.
Yeah.
I think as like a staple, Constantine is just trying to be the cool uncle to you, to everyone's kids. Like he just brings like nice gifts and just like here you go, bud.
Much wholesome.
The rich uncle that basically runs a pseudo police force that used to be a death squad.
Yeah, basically like.
Money, so she just slides in and
Yeah,
showers everyone in gold.
Yeah, I just imagine like, well, basically they're like investigators now. The deal, where it's like, oh, we heard some stories about the cult, or something about the cult. We must go over there and destroy them, or deal with them as they may.
Yeah, you know what? Evan, you do bring up a good point. Let's just do if you want to read your
No.
role.
Oh wait,
Fuck
no. Only if we get to all reread our
We
epilogues
don't need
after.
to. It's not gonna be sad. Like I'm pretty sure since none of you guys die, you don't really have to.
Nope.
It's not gonna hit
Sad,
as
I
hard.
don't care. Nope. I don't want to
It's
stay.
good.
I think that was a good ending point.
I think so too.
On a high note.
Well, now we can just hang out and shoot
Well,
the crap.
Yeah.
let's
I
just
think-
say, let me just say this: it's been an honor to DM for you all, and that was the Mythic Odysseys of Theros.
Oh.
Thank you very much.